I mean, I don't want to be cocky again. I would say I can be at least by the end of the year. I can easily be top 2, 3.
Today was the last day of week 2 of the 2025 winter split of the LEC, and I'm in the presence of Vladi after I don't even know how to describe this game. It was a demonstration, honestly. You completely destroyed the Team Heretics. So, I mean, just what does it feel like to be able to take such a convincing win and locking playoffs as well, right?
Yeah, obviously looking playoffs feels good, but this team is capable of winning, as I said before. So it's not like we are not getting any. We are not satisfied, but yeah, it's a good first step. I wouldn't say this game was a stomp. Like it should have been. Like I think it should have been a 20 to 25 minutes game, but some unfortunate fights happened, and yeah, it went to 35 minutes with me being 10-0, which is illegal. But yeah, overall it was a good game. We had fun. We had more fun than usual on stage. So yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, there's something that you've been working on a lot, right? Because I remember last year you were talking about the fact that you weren't really happy with how you played, especially in the early game, right? And it's something you've been training with Apples, I believe, as well, right? So could you tell me more about like how do you feel right now about your personal level? Because it seems like it's like you're an even better player than last year, and you were already pretty good last year as well, right?
Yeah, I think last year, as I said, I had some issues in the lane. Like a lot of times, I wasn't playing as confident as I do now. But yeah, with the new roster and how we mix together and how we were outside of the game and inside the game, I got a lot of confidence, and I started obviously playing in the off season, in summer off season, a lot of in houses, and yeah, I think I improved my lane a lot. But I still need to do some more work.
Yeah. And I mean, you've been talking about wanting to prove yourself. You've been talking about how this Karmine Corp is shooting higher than what it is right now. And you will have a bit of a chance next week because you are facing the other team that's also locked in first place. You're going to be facing Fnatic, right? And I mean, I have to ask you, are you planning to send you Humanoid into retirement next week?
I mean, we screamed a lot of times Fnatic. I think they are, as I said, the strongest team in the LEC right now, besides us. But yeah, I'm confident on us. I don't think they're playing that well on stage. I don't think we are playing that well as well, but I think if we play our own game, we can easily beat them.
Yeah. And do you have a message for Humanoid in particular who you're going to be facing?
I don't know, like I don't want to be cocky, but I will just beat him.
Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, that aside, obviously, you still have to like take the other team seriously, right? And you're going to be facing Vitality and BDS. So, what do you expect? I mean, obviously, this week it was, I believe, the first 3-0 in K Corp's history, actually. So, can we expect another 3-0 next week?
Yeah, obviously. I don't think it will be a rough week. I think Vitality is not looking very strong. Same for BDS, even though they have good players on paper. I think the only rough one will be Fnatic, but obviously we shouldn't underestimate any team. And yeah, if we go with the mentality that we do in scrims and we play our game, I think it's gonna be an easy 3-0.
Yeah, and a lot of people have been talking about like the level of mid laners in the league, right? And obviously, there's a lot of banter between you and Jojo Pion in particular. And I mean, as we say in French, for Jojo Pion, tu l'as mis en slip, which basically means you destroyed him last time. So, I mean, how do you feel about the current level of mid laners in the league, and where do you actually rank now as well with all these improvements you've been getting as well?
I think mid lane is weaker, I would say, than last year. I think I don't know how to say it, to be honest. I mean, I would say that Humanoid Caps and Jojo Pune are for sure on the top of the list, and then yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's only them, and Zyke is obviously as well. He's playing well, but yeah, I think it got worse than last year.
Yeah, and I guess for yourself, then where do you stand in this?
I mean, I don't want to be cocky again. I would say I would say I can be at least by the end of the year. I can easily be top 2, 3.
Perfect. I mean, that's great. But yeah, I mean, do you think also that maybe you're going to be unlocking your full potential whenever your coaches finally let you play something else than Victor and Corky as well?
Yeah, this is an issue. Like I'm always getting Corky Victor. Please start banning Victor. I don't want to play this champ. It's too boring. Unless obviously this happens today where I get 2 kills in the first minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I don't know. Like I wanna get play something fun.
Yeah. I mean, today, like some people were saying, like it felt like you got Uber Eat delivery in mid lane or something. You just got like 2 free kills for no reason, right?
Yeah, it's true. Like I got lost chapter at 4 minutes. I think. I think it might be a record.
Yeah, no, that was pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, that aside, also like something that I find interesting is the parallels with you and Jackie's as well, because you're two rookies that came in last year, and now you're like developing into some of the staples of the LEC as well. So like, what do you think of Jackie's and Giant X? Because right now they're still the only team that have actually beaten you, right? So do you still think they're good? Because I think today they lost to G2, so they looked a bit shakier. Do you still think they're a pretty legit team, I guess?
I think they are for sure on top of the list with along with G2, alongside G2, Fnatic, and Koi.
Hmm.
I think we lost because we did some mistakes in the first levels. But yeah, obviously, I think they have very good players. Their bot lane is very good. Jack is showed already that he's a good player. Closer was my previous jungler. I know he's good, and they have a rookie top, and I see that he's performing very well till now. But yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. And I mean, that aside, I want to ask you, like, obviously, we've talked about Giantex and Fnatic in particular, but you're going to be moving into playoffs very soon, which means the best of threes, the fearless, and all that stuff, right? Are there any teams that you think could get in the path of Karmine Corp, or is it a straightforward way to first place, in your opinion?
I mean, I would say Fnatic and I would say Fnatic, Koi, and G2 can
Mm.
be very strong in Fearless because all of these players have a big pool. I would say the weakest one or out of the top table
Mm.
is Giant X because I think their chamber pool is not the best in the top side.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. And what kind of legacy do you want to like leave in the LEC, especially maybe by the end of this year, for example, because this is like your second year. Last year you didn't really get a big shot because you only did summer, right? And it was a bit rough because of the start of the year and everything. So what do you want to achieve by the end of this year?
Obviously, I wanna prove that I'm one of the best midlaners in the league, or I can be one. And obviously, I wanna qualify to the international events.
Mm-hmm.
First one is I don't know how it's called. It's
First
first,
10, first 10, yeah.
yeah, yeah. And obviously, the main target is Worlds and do well there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, especially after solo killing Faker at the Red Bull League of its own, right? I mean, I can imagine it was already like a pretty special experience for you, right? To finally be able to play against these players on the official stage because you maybe played against them in solo queue, but it's not the same, right? And now that you're potentially going to be able to go international by the end of this year as well, like, do you have specific teams that you're really excited to face against? Because we know there's so many like legendary mid laners, right?
I mean, I don't want to look on the long term to be honest, because it's
Yeah.
very early yet. But yeah, if we go towards or when we go towards, I would like to face Chovy and Knight. I think they are very good players in the lane, and yeah, I can get a lot from them.
Yeah, and just as a fun last question as well, because I've seen that you have a very good like atmosphere in Carmine Corp. It seems like we've seen you bully Kana a bit, right? And you're always joking about with Kalista as well. You have a very good friendship because you played in the LFL together as well. So I want to ask you a question to try and see, I guess, like how you feel about your teammates. And simply put, I would like to ask you if tomorrow there was a zombie apocalypse actually, like in the world, who do you think in the team would die first actually?
Mm, I'm not sure. I would say Calais.
Why is that?
I think he's just very low IQ. He's the lowest IQ in the team, I would say, out of all of us. Obviously, I'm the highest, and then there is Kana maybe, but all the others, I think, are gonna die instantly.
Yeah, and in terms of strength and everything, physical strength?
Yeah, Kana is on. In terms of strength, actually, Kana is on the first. Kana is the strongest of the team, I would say,
Yeah.
because I felt like I think yesterday he hit me in the shoulder and I almost died.
I mean, somehow I guess that punch made you even better because today you completely popped off, I guess. So maybe it was
Yeah,
the secret trick.
yeah, it gave me powers.
Perfect.
It gave me extra damage.
Well, in any case, thank you so much. Do you have a final thing you want to say to the Karmine Corp fans? Because, I mean, obviously the blue wall, right?
Yeah, just a big thank you and keep supporting us. Everyone in the team appreciates the fans, and we will keep playing for you, and hopefully we can qualify to every international this year.
Perfect. Well, Vladi, thank you so much for talking with us today. It's really cool to talk to you because you're one of the players that like we don't see as often in interviews as well. So I really like talking to people like you. So I hope you enjoyed the interview as well. Good job for this week for the 3-0, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you again soon.
Yeah, thank you very much. Goodbye.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Bye bye.